Hey guys, welcome to Black Guys United. Welcome to another video, and today is time to finally talk about Arsenal. In the last week, they sacked Unai Emery, and it was a rupture that was very unsurprising to some of us. Some know that Emery was getting the sacked very soon, that he was probably gonna get the sacked. And he did. I understand that Arsenal fans were mad with Emery, that were very frustrated. And trust me, I understand. I understand that you're frustrated because your team doesn't play good football, that you believe that things are not going the way. But I believe that time will give Emery the right in this sense. And that is that for me, that it's not that he was sacked unjustly, but more like you hire him for a job, and Arsenal fans, like most football fans in world football, have a tendency to forget reality overall, and this is something that for me it's very concerning, because Arsenal fans, I don't know what they expected. They're saying that last season wasn't a success, and obviously it wasn't a success. It wasn't a success because success would have been reaching the Champions League by any means, but it would have been reaching the Champions League. I understand that was the goal of the season. I get it. But please remember that what were you competing against? Two positions, first of all, that were Manchester and Liverpool, that they were miles ahead of everyone else in the league last season. A really good Tottenham Hotspur that only because they wanted to sleep is that they put Arsenal near that Champions League place in the first place. And yes, they collapsed. They collapsed in the latter stage of the season. But other teams are also able to collapse, and they still went ahead of Arsenal. Arsenal did not deserve to get Champions League football last season. It would have been unfair if you were, for example, Tottenham and you didn't reach the Champions League, because they deserve to be in the Champions League. Arsenal didn't. Arsenal didn't do the merits to win the Champions League. They weren't better than Chelsea in that Europa League final. And yes, losing like that in the Europa League final against Chelsea it hurts. It definitely hurts for Arsenal fans. But Hazard was inspired today, and yes, Aubameyang is fantastic, is world class even. But Hazard on his day it's unplayable. It's absolutely fantastic. And then that Chelsea team is just overall better. They have actually good midfielders. They have a decent centre back setting, something that Arsenal clearly do not have. Emery asked for centre backs, and you bring him David Luiz. I'm sure that Emery did not ask for Nicola Pepe. I'm sure that he didn't ask for it, because the same thing with Valverde. If you ask for a player, you would play him. I know Valverde didn't ask for Malcolm. He didn't ask for Dembélé. He didn't ask for Coutinho. He didn't ask for these kind of players. Why? Why do I know that? Because they're not playing. Because they didn't get to play, or are not playing right now. And that's how I know that. So this thing about understanding what you want, it's very important. Understanding their reality, it's very important. The Premier League is in a situation where reaching the top 4 is really hard. It's not like in Wenger's era, where for Arsenal it was very reachable to reach the Champions League places, because, well, you had Tottenham, who were still not there just yet, Manchester United fairly inconsistent, Chelsea fairly inconsistent, and Liverpool, well, they were still getting their hands into being top gear, top football. So yes, Arsenal had an achievable way of reaching top 4 consistently year in, year out. Problem is that, well, other teams figure out that they could improve, you went ahead and do what? You let go of Wenger far too late, and you asked Unai Emery to basically catch up to everyone else that's been running projects for so long, or either have a way better established project than you already, and you wanted him to do it by playing a style that I think, if you know Unai Emery's career, is not his thing at all. Unai Emery is not a completely defensive coach, but it's not what Arsenal fans wanted to do. And it's very bemusing to me that you are mad that at your best moment you were playing with 3 at the back and you were getting good results, you were playing fairly decent football, but because he wasn't very tiki-taka-ish, you were criticizing it a lot. And I think that is not fair. I think that's completely not fair. And it's basically understanding like what you want. If you want to play possession, very intense attacking football, then you don't hire Unai Emery. Unai Emery is going to be very compact, it's going to be very solid, and he's going to be able to get you results by playing in a different way. But that's not what Arsenal wanted. What Arsenal want, and I'm surprised that I'm not hearing this connection right now, because if you especially want to win games at this moment in time, recognizing that you have a back line of Davidius and Socrates, well, please, has someone realized that Quique Setien is still without a job? Like, some of these teams could really benefit from Quique Setien, because Quique Setien is going to have the same impact that Julian Nagelsmann has for the teams that he manages. Similarly. And what is that? That he turbocharges their attacks. And where you're going to turbocharge an attack of Nicolas Pepe, Alexander Lacazette, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who are great already, especially Aubameyang and Lacazette, then just look at what he was able to do with Betis, how he was able to play with Betis, and look at the strikers that he had. Loren Moron, Joaquin, Pedro Leon. And if you switch that for Lacazette and Aubameyang, like there you have it. You have a competent midfield to play Quique Setien football, so I don't know why you're not going at it. Yes, defensively, don't expect it to be far too great, but if you have a lot of the ball, you're basically going to be a Manchester City or close to what Brendan Rodgers is doing with the Leicester team. If you let him. If you let him, and if you have realistic expectations, then fine. Then I think Quique Setien is the perfect manager for Arsenal. If you're going to be delusional and be the same as Betis fans, for example, who believe that Betis should be reaching the latter stages of the Europa League, that they should be reaching the final against Valencia of the Copa del Rey and reaching the Champions League stages in the top 4 of the La Liga and doing it all at the same time, then you're just delusional, because that is not a thing. But again, if Arsenal, for me, the best option you have right now, Arsenal fans, or Arsenal Football Club as overall, is sign Quique Setien and give him at least 2 years. Give him at least the first year to, blend his idea. Some of those players already have the qualities that they need. They just need to get adapted to it, and the team and Quique Setien has to decide if he's going to play a 3 at the back or a 4 at the back. And then the second year, bring him the players that he needs. If you do that, and if you're patient, then I'm sure that Arsenal could be top 4 football for sure. I know it. I know it because it's what Arsenal, they're a match made in heaven for me. For what it's available and what you need and how you want to play football, Quique Setien is for me the best option. I can already picture it in my head with what you have right now or what you're gonna get next season. You're gonna play Leno in net, whose distribution is alright. He's pretty decent. He will probably start with a back 3 of Rob Holding, Socrates, and Saliba. Probably gonna get another center back like maybe Bartra or someone else. Could be okay. Fullbacks, Tierney playing as the Firpo kind of fullback, and then Bellerin, who would be his trusted fullback for sure. I know that he would enjoy having those two fullbacks for him. Then in midfield, he would play a 3. And one more than, like, he was playing what? His best midfield was Lo Celso, Canales, and William Carvalho. And you change that into Torreira, Dani Ceballos, and Mateo Guendouzi. I think that is very, very good. And then up top, you switch whatever he had up top for Lacazette and Aubameyang. And there you have it. There you have one of the best teams in the league. If that team manages to work well, there you have it. A really, really solid team. But if you're going to be asking for top 4 football straight away, and for you to be challenging in the next 2 years, then I can help you with that. I'm here giving my opinion on what I think Arsenal should be doing. The signings need to be worked with the manager. Just don't bring players just for the fact of making an illusion to fans that you are doing things properly, because you're not. And fans have to be patient. They have to be patient and understand that Arsenal can be a top 4 team. They have the quality, they have the potential to be a really good team. You just have to find the right couple players to do so. When it's said and done, leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. What do you think about Arsenal? Who do you think should be Arsenal's next manager? Freddie Ljungberg, we'll see what he's going to do, but I doubt that he's going to be there next season. When it's said and done, leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Blaugranas.